So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now, and all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games, and as you can see right in front of you, I'm bringing to you guys a update to the cyberse Playmaker deck that incorporates not only Quantum but also incorporates cyberse Magician. It's a very easy incorporation. I'll explain how easy it is once I get through the profile, but it doesn't take much really to incorporate it, while also being able to still perform your extra links, which is very, very powerful, and I think is very good for the Playmaker deck. And I'll explain why again once I get through it. So, with all that said and done, let's crack on into it. Starting off with, yes, I finally got my 3 copies of Microcoder. Thanks again to Dale and Steven for helping me get the last 2 copies that I needed. I'm just so happy, it just looks so nice. Like Microcoder, unfortunately this is not a cheap deck to build. If you want to go as full, like as complete as you want to go, like you want to go full power, it is not a cheap deck to build, unfortunately. You need 3 copies of Microcoder, you need 3 copies of the Signet codec, and you need 3 copies of Signet mining. I will obviously recommend what to take out for Signet mining at the very least, because those are the most expensive cards in the deck. Like, you could probably try and get like Signet codec and microcoders off your friends who don't play the deck but play the video game. So there are ways to get those pretty easily, but Signet mining, I will explain what to take out for that. But again, you need 3 play 3 microcodes and also the code radiator. These are like the hand link summons. Like, you can use these from your hand as a link summon. You only need 1 of this. This is mostly better going second because you can then use this effect to negate cards on the field. But the microcoder is good at any point in time. The 3 copies of Balance the Lord. If you're again planning to pick up this deck, pick these cards up now before we get the next special set, which incorporates the Ignition Phoenix deck, because this card is very powerful in that deck and it will be used in that deck. So pick these cards up now while you can, before this card goes up and becomes like the next Lady Debug or something. 3 copies of cyberse Gadgets. Card's really powerful in this deck, being able to get that token, and Revival is very good to help you extend your combos. 1 copy of the Widget Kid. 1 copy of Lady Debug to help you search your microcoder. 1 copy of Clock Wyvern. All these cards either essentially search or give you additional bodies on the board. But the rest of the deck, the rest of the like effect monsters essentially are just like all summon themselves while being searchable off your Signet codec. 1 copy of Link Slayer. 1 copy of Link Infraflyer. 1 copy of Backup Security. 1 copy of Cross Debug. I took out the what's his name? Just need to remember his name. I took out Sim Templar. I can't believe I forgot it. I took out Sim Templar for Cross Debug just because there's times where Sim Templar's level really affected the combo, and in a bad way. Whereas like you summon it mid combo and then you realize, oh wait, I can't use this to go into either my Crusader Overmax or into my the Talkback Lancer because he's a level 5. But Cross Debug is a lot better. You can search this off your Signet codec in those times where you open up with codec. You can then play codec, then go into Code Talker instead of searching out another copy of Microcodec, because you probably use that to go into Code Talker. You can search this card out, and in mid combo, especially summon this card out from your hand for free, so as you control 2 link monsters, and then you can just go off and extend into like Talkback Lancer, or go into a Link 1 to then go into Overmax. So very, very good card. It's a good card to have at 1. 1 copy of Sea Archiver. 1 copy of Defcon Bird, 1 copy of cyberse Converter, and then 1 copy of Dotscaper. These cards all summon themselves in the combos and then helps you extend into further plays. 1 copy of Prohibit Snake. I do like this card as a one-off just because you can search this off your Lady Debug, and that way you have a sort of like a hand trap for your code talkers to help you just push for games much easier. And then going on to the rest and to finalize the monsters, finish them off, is the 1 copy of cyberse Magician and 1 copy of cyberse Synchron. These obviously get into your cyberse Magician and your Quantum Dragon very easily. I'll explain when you usually summon these cards out in the combos and in your duels once I've gone through the deck profile, and also what I took out to put these cards in. It was a very easy swap over, and one that actually does benefit you quite a bit. And then 1 copy to start off with the spells is 1 copy of Signet Ritual, obviously to get into your cyberse Magician. 3 copies of Signet Mining. If you can't afford Signet Mining, Signet Backdoor, very easy swap. It's one that I just always recommend whenever I do these profiles. Simple swap of Signet Mine, Signet Backdoor. It is slower. It does take you to have a monster on the field to be free to banish. Balancer Lord is the best one for that. Just because you banish the Balancer Lord, you search up the Signet Mining, the Signet Backdoor, and then you can summon off the Balancer Lord for your one that you searched. So simple swap. It is slower. It's not as consistent again because it does take resources on the field to pull off. But if you can't afford these, that's the best thing to do. 3 copies of Signet Codec. This searches all of your monsters as long as you have a code talk of the same attribute. You can't do it the same attribute more than once a turn. But absolutely amazing card. Really helped buff up the Playmaker deck. 2 copies of Signet Optimization. If you're playing Salamangreats, you could actually take this card in that deck. Is actually pretty good. I do highly advise that. 1 copy of 141, 1 copy of Forged Burial, 1 copy of Monster Reborn, and 3 copies of Call by the Grave to round up the spells, and then 1 copy of Signet Conflict. You could probably even take this as well in Salamangreats because you do use and abuse Transcode Talker in that deck. So if you want to like turn your Salamangreats into a more of a code talker variant, playing things like another copy of Transcode maybe, or an Xcode, things like that, you can easily do so, and then you'll have the Signet Conflict as another forms of negation. So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. For the non-links, we're obviously playing the 1 cyberse Quantum Dragon and the 1 cyberse Reminder. Cyberse Reminder is still pretty powerful in this deck, being able to just recover your Signet spells and traps from the graveyard. Just takes 2 level 3s. And the 1 copy of Quantum obviously is one of your big boss monsters in the deck. Moving on to links, we're playing the 1 Crusader Mechanite Evermax. Probably like the non-code talker cyberse in the extra deck. That's like Playmaker related. And then for the code talkers, we're playing 1 transcode, 1 Xcode, 1 encode, and 1 shooting code. I'm not playing power code anymore, just because I really summoned it. There's times you want to summon power code, you could just do like the same investment and get an Evermax, which is just a lot better. And we're not playing the Salamangreats anymore, so we don't have really anything to search off the power code to warrant its addition to the deck. 1 copy of cyberse Witch and 1 copy of cyberse Wicked. These obviously help you go into your ritual and your link and your synchro monster. 2 copies of Code Talker. You've got to play 2 copies with your Code Talker. You could probably get away with 1, but I always like to have the 2nd copy. And for the link ones, is obviously 1 Talkback Lancer, 1 Link Disciple, and 2 copies of Link. No, 1 copy of Link Devote and 2 copies of Link Disciple. We're not playing Link Karibo because, as much as I do like him in the deck, in terms of like aesthetic use, like he just looks good in the deck. There's this Playmaker, but you rarely have the ability to summon because you rarely have level 1s on the field anymore. And Link Disciple is just a lot easier to go into and use to help you go into your Evermax. So there's that as well. That's it for the deck. I will just quickly explain what we took out to incorporate the additional cards. We took out the baby links in the deck just to fit in the cyberse witch and the cyberse quantum. Like baby links and Powerco Talker got taken out for these two in terms of my previous build. And essentially your Gazelle, your Spinny, your Foxy and your field spell got essentially taken out for Synchron, Magician, your ritual spell, the additional copy of Balance Law bumping him up to 3, and then that's it. Essentially, I just took those cards out, I took out the whole Salamangreat engine essentially and just incorporated these cards in, and it works very, very well. Your main first boards usually end on your Avramax in the center, your like a Link Disciple would be up here, your Torback Lancer would be up here, your X code would be down here, and your trans code would be down here. This is essentially what you tend to end on your turn 1, just to lock out your opponent from something from the extra deck easily, and being able to like push through your board. And then you essentially turn one of these, your Talkback Lancer, into your Cyber Switch, so you're still connecting with the extra link, but you've unlocked an additional zone for you. And then essentially your Cyberse Wicked will be the same over here, still connecting the extra link but pointing an additional zone for you. So that way you can summon your Quantum there, and then you can get your Cyberse Magician over here. So that way your board is essentially near enough unbeatable, because now they can't attack or target any of your monsters, considering you're probably these two on the field. Avramax is there as well, so they can't attack you very easily. Wicked can't be destroyed essentially by anything, so you'll pretty much always keep the zone, and X-Code is even protecting you even further. Which can't be attacked or targeted, and like Transcode is giving you a buffer as well. It's a very, very powerful board, and is a board that you can end on pretty well, pretty consistently. At the very least, like Cyberse Magician would be out sometimes, and you just like end on this, which is again still very, very powerful. But yeah, that's it for the deck. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. It's a very simple change, a very simple edit, but a very powerful edit and a very fun edit as well. Like, shout out to Playmaker, I just love that character. Like, the character's very strong in the series. It's a very good character. It's one that I actually enjoy a lot. So, as always guys, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up YouTube, Dad here from YUGIOH. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.